I wonder what my lady would say. I wonder what my lady.
Hello, my name is Mallory. You're watching GCTV. I'm here with Rick Roy. Welcome.
Oh, well, thank you, Malerie.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your connection to Greenfield?
Well, let's see. I came here in '73 and started a photography studio, which I had until the year 2000, called the Loft Photo Studio. During that time, I volunteered in a bunch of spots, but mainly with either the YMCA or Greenfield Recreation. And after my photography days were over, I started making cribbage boards. I've gotten involved with cribbage, and now I organize cribbage tournaments. So that's what I do. I make cribbage boards and organize cribbage tournaments these days.
How did you first get involved with organizing fundraisers?
Well, the very first thing I got involved with in Greenfield was the Greenfield Triathlon. Back in the 80s, Mike Coachella was the recreation director, and he realized that he needed a committee to run the triathlon. It's just too much for him to do. So he asked me if I would be involved with that. And Chris Ethier, who was the founder of the Greenfield Triathlon, was a good friend, and he owned Bicycle World. And so it was just a nice fit. It was something I wanted to do, and I've been involved with the triathlon now for 41 years.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool, and it is a good fundraiser. It can bring in $10,000 for a day of racing and fun, and
Wow.
people who are running it right now, a lot of volunteers, and it's run by the Recreation Department, and Christy Moore, who I think you know.
I don't recognize that name, but
No? Okay.
can you tell me about the many fundraisers you organize every year?
Well, now currently it's cribbage tournaments. I run 2 tournaments that are fundraisers. One for the Recreation Department here in Greenfield during Winter Carnival in February, and the other one is for the Bernardston Senior Center. And we've only been doing that now for 3 years, but we're raising over $1,000 for Bernardston and a little over $2,000 for Greenfield for the Recreation Department.
Why have you made it your mission to support the Greenfield Recreation Department?
Well, I've been very close to the Recreation Department for years. Like I said, Mike Coachella approached me first, and later I was on the Greenfield Recreation Commission, which oversees the department, and I was chairman of that commission for a number of years. So I see the work that Christy Moore, Kelly Jenkins, Shayla, that they do. It's an incredible staff. They do so much more than you would think they're capable of just because of their numbers. They've got a very small crew, but they've got a lot of volunteers.
What do you enjoy most about bringing the community together through these events?
Well, it sure is fun when I put on a cribbage tournament and we get the more people involved. So, for instance, 15 years ago, we started the Greenfield Winter Carnival Cribbage Tournament, and we had 12 players. Last year, or earlier this year, in February of this year, we had 92 players. So that's a big, solid growth, and every year it grows. So it's fun for me to see things like that succeed.
How did you get started playing cribbage?
Oh, what a good question. I'm going to bring out a prop. And for people who don't know what cribbage is, I'm going to show this board, which is probably a typical cribbage board, one that you might recognize.
Yeah.
You're going to see in our cribbage tournaments, we play with this board, which is a tournament board. And we standardize on it. But what got me started, I was at the YMCA, and I was president of the Wise Men's Association, which was a service club of the YMCA. And in, 1989, a fellow by the name of Bob Wolanski came to our meeting, and he said, I run a cribbage tournament. And I've been doing it for years, but I'm ready to turn it over to somebody. And if you guys want to make some money and make it a club project, I'll turn it over to you. And he did. So that first year was 1989. This is a trophy that we have from 1995 that we got at a tag sale. So we were selling it, and so I'm happy to have it back in my possession. And this was what the winner got in 1995.
Ooh.
It is made by a friend of mine. His name is Roy Rule. He's since passed away. It demonstrates this is a perfect cribbage hand. I've never had one myself. So anyway, he turned this over to us. We had 350 players that year. That's a big turnout. And I didn't know how to play cribbage. You don't know how to play cribbage.
Nope.
But if we were going to put this cribbage tournament on, we really need to learn how to play cribbage. So we had Ducky Cromack, our former fire chief, Charlie Cook, and Alfie Ciano in our club who knew how to play cribbage, and they taught the rest of us how to play cribbage. And that was back in the late 80s. So that's what we did. And that's how I got started playing cribbage, and I love it.
What inspired you to start organizing cribbage tournaments?
Well, it was thrown right in my lap by Bob Wolanski, and I have to say back then it would take all day. We'd start playing 8 o'clock in the morning and go to 8 o'clock at night. And then a few years ago, 15 years ago, I learned a better way to play, and again, using this board. The scoring's the same, but we use a system that was developed by the American Cribbage Congress. Sounds pretty fancy. They've been going since 1980.
Oh, wow.
And they came up with a new way of scoring cribbage. So we use a scorecard. I don't know if viewers can see this, but it is key to how we play our tournaments now. Now we have, I'm just going to explain briefly for cribbage players. If you win the game, you get 2 points. If you win by a skunk, which is more than 30 points. So if your opponent is behind this line, like that, and you win, you're there, that would be a skunk if you don't get over that line.
Ooh.
And then you get 3 points on the scorecard.
That's pretty cool.
And we keep other stuff going. Now, we have a local member of this organization, GCTV, who has played recently in our tournament this year in February. Can we bring her on and get her? Can I ask her some questions? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Mallory and Rick, thanks for having me on your show.
No problem.
So I asked to bring Bella in because she played her first tournament. I believe you just learned to play cribbage in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
And you jumped right in playing in the Greenfield Winter Carnival Cribbage Tournament.
It's true.
And how'd you do?
Middle of the pack.
Which I think is exceptional because there's 92 players. Some of them are sharks.
Definitely.
Card sharks.
Definitely.
Yeah. And how were the people to you that you played with?
Well, can I tell my story of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
So I was working at the Greenfield Recorder,
Oh, that's right.
and I was the Saturday reporter, which is the worst job as a reporter because you go to all of the little events in Franklin County, and there's not very much to say about them. But one year, I got to cover the
I remember it well.
Winter Carnival.
You
and
came
got
and talked to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, my boyfriend taught me the family game of cribbage.
Yeah.
And we play it all the time. And we keep a tally score ourselves of who wins. And then I remember this tournament, so I made him sign up with me. And I beat him by probably 30 places when we did the tournament. So I call that a big win for me.
I would too,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of good players that show up at this tournament. They come from all over. We've had them from New York and all over Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, yeah, and even Maine. So I think we've had people from every New England state except Rhode Island. So we got to get somebody from Rhode Island.
Yeah, you got to do some outreach.
But it's a lot of fun, and we ended up this year making $2,000 for the recreation department. And we hold it at the senior center here in Greenfield, but the money goes actually to support the programs of Greenfield Recreation. And I got to plug myself. I own Pioneer Valley Wood Art. It's more of a hobby than a business, but we underwrite those two tournaments, the one in Greenfield and one in Bernardston, that we'll talk about in a minute. But I'm very interested to hear Bella tell her story about playing with, you must have been awfully nervous going in.
Yes, I remember. So the first part of the game, you're trying to get up to 15 and then 32. You're trying to get to 32. And I was so nervous, I forgot that 32 was the number I was trying to get to on my first game.
Well, it's actually 31.
It's actually 31. I know, as soon as I said that, I was like, that does not sound right.
That's okay. We keep the viewers on their toes, the ones that play cribbage. So anyway, and I think that you should take Wednesday mornings off and come join us in Bernardston, where we play weekly, starting at 9 o'clock. And that means don't show up at 9, be there before 9, because we start playing at 9.
Awesome.
And we play the same format that we played in Winter Carnival. And we do that every week, and you're always invited.
What's crazy about the tournament is normally in cribbage, you count all your points up by like each part, you know.
Yes.
15 for 2, another 15 for another for
And a
4,
run, and a
a run,
pair.
whatever.
Yeah.
At this tournament, the people just throw down their cards and say 20 points.
Okay.
Which seems illegal to me, but it was
And
very,
it-
very funny to watch this happen over and over again.
I love that you brought that up. That is illegal, but it happens every day, all the time,
Yeah.
because players who are really good, and not new players, will recognize how many points are in the hand, the combination. They'll recognize it immediately. And you had a lot of those people at your table. We had, 4 or 5 tables? I mean, it was big, 92 people. And so I encourage people to count their hands, as Bella was saying. 15-2, 15-4, a run of 3 is 7, and a pair is 11. No, it's not, it's 9. And then they take their points. We encourage that. And I want to tell you for next year, I hope you're back, you can ask them to show the points that they counted. Show it to me. So you don't have to accept. If they put down their hand and say, I've got 12 points, maybe you see it and maybe you don't.
Okay.
But don't be bullied.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you to kind of stop them right in their tracks and say, I want you to count that out for me. And they'll do it.
Awesome.
They know. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
So,
gonna
good.
let Malerie get back to her interview. Okay.
Okay. Very
Thanks
good.
for having me on the
but
show.
Thanks.
Thank you, Bella. How many players are usually involved in your tournaments?
Oh, great question. We started in Greenfield, our winter carnival. We started with 12 players 15 years ago. Now we're up to 92. In Bernardston, we started up a new program. It's weekly on Wednesdays, 9 o'clock. Everybody's invited. Even though we play at the senior center, it doesn't matter what age you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's free. There's free parking, there's free coffee, there's free treats. It's wonderful. We got a great staff there. Love it. Bernardston is a hopping place on Wednesdays from 9 to noon. And we play 7 games. We typically have 20 players in Bernardston. We've had 72 players come and go, but I've tracked how many players we've had. So we started 3.5 years ago, and that's on a weekly basis. In the first Friday night of June, we have a tournament, and we've been doing this for 3 years. And each year it grows, and this past year we had 64 players. So that's a good turnout. That's very nice, and it raises money for the senior center.
What is the experience level of the players who participate?
Anywhere from Bella, who is brand new, but she did well. As she said, she finished halfway up. But the cream of the crop usually win. They're usually in the top 12, and they've been playing all their life. They learned from their grandfather, a lot of them. I hear that story all the time. My wife learned from her grandmother.
Oh, that's cool.
So it is cool, and cribbage is an old game. It's over 400 years old.
Wow.
And it's mainly played in the northern states. So Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, all the way across the United States. It's mainly played in the northern states and Florida, where all those people in the northern states go to be in the winter. They go to Florida and they play cribbage down there. So I make a bunch of boards like this that I've sent down to Florida for new clubs.
Are there any age restrictions for joining the tournaments?
No, none. We've had as young as 8 play in the tournament.
What is the cost to play?
Well, our weekly tournament in Bernardston is free. Like I said, parking's free, everything's free. In the fundraising tournaments, the 2 that I run, they are generally $20 to play. And there's a lot of prizes. I usually get around 24 prizes to give away.
How do interested people get more information about the tournament?
What a great question. They need to call me or get in hold of me. And on Facebook, we have a group called Pioneer Valley Cribbage. And they can go there on Facebook and ask to join. They'll be asking me specifically, and I have more information there.
Are there mentors or opportunities for beginners who want to learn cribbage?
Yes, we do have mentors. We have people that play with us every Wednesday who have said that they would take the time to meet. And we can either meet in our homes or like at the Greenfield Library is a good spot, and just have a table, quiet table, sit down and go through the game.
You also organized a Bernardston Cribbage Club on Wednesday mornings. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I think we've already discussed that.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, anybody who's listening to this, we are taping on November 3rd, Monday, November 3rd, this on the 12th, this Wednesday. Should it air before the 12th? We are actually going to be playing at the Greenfield Library because the Senior Center in Bernardston is getting remodeled, and the building will be closed to us this Wednesday only.
What do you think makes cribbage such a great community game?
It's a combination of skill and luck. If you get great cards, you're going to win. If you get lousy cards, you're going to lose. If you get mediocre cards, that's where the good players prevail. So it's always changing.
Do you have any memorable stories from past cribbage tournaments?
Yes. A fellow by the name of Byron Coe was beating me by 12 points, and I got a great hand. For cribbage players out there, I was holding 2 5s and 2 4s, and the cut card was a 6. And the total of that hand is 24, which is a very big hand in cribbage. Trouble is, Byron was holding 2 7s and 2 8s, and when he cut the 6 that gave me the 24, it also gave him a 24 hand, which I didn't count on. I thought I would catch him and beat him, but nope, he beat me.
Be honest, is Bella a really good cribbage player?
No. Oh, she's listening in. I mean, yes, of course she is. I think for her experience level, only playing less than 2 years, yeah, she did really well in her tournament.
How did you get involved in organizing the triathlon?
The triathlon.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I was asked by the recreation director because I've been involved. I'm a swimmer, and I've been involved with the triathlon with a team that represented the YMCA. And so we knew each other. We got to know each other a lot better after we put a committee together. So that's how I got involved. But I've been involved for 41 years.
What does it take to put together an event like that?
Great people. And we have great volunteers, both talking about cribbage and the triathlon. We got great volunteers that come in and do stuff. For instance, we have Martha Fiore from Berniston, who bakes every Tuesday night or Wednesday morning before we arrive at 9 o'clock. She shows up with treats, beautiful treats. So, and it's a feeling of community when you get there, and that keeps people coming back.
How many participants usually take part?
Oh, well, if we're talking about the Berniston Cribbage Club, we normally have around 20 to 24 players on any given Wednesday morning. And it's always growing because we start off with 12. So over the 3 years that we've been doing this, we've doubled in size. And I'm hoping that people watching that have a background of playing cribbage, or maybe they haven't played in 20 years, but they remember playing with their parent or grandparent. Maybe they'll come find us and join us on a Wednesday morning.
What are some of the biggest challenges of organizing a triathlon?
Triathlon.
Yes,
Yeah, not easy to say. And most people misspell it too, I'll say. There's so many challenges because it's stretched out. Our course is about 7.5 miles. So we have to have volunteers all the way around that. We need to have water available for the athletes. We have to have safety services. We have to close 2 roads, and we need to have safety trucks that go up and down on both sides of the Green River. So one over on Coleraine Road and one on Leiden Road. And they watch for people who have an accident on their bike or a runner that is dehydrated, that sort of thing, medical issues. We bring in professional timers who set up the timing. I'd say 35 years ago, we bought bike racks that we set up for. We've had as many as 350 contestants. No, 450. 450. We've had that many people involved with the triathlon. We currently are running around 300 a year. So there's a lot of challenges.
How do these events benefit the recreation department and the wider community?
Oh, well, of course, the recreation department benefits the wider community. And we try to make money for the recreation department so that they have funding for their programs. They run the after-school program. They just do so many things. So, you know, we're happy to do that for them.
Do you ever combine your woodworking skills with your fundraising work?
All the time. So currently, I donate 9 trophies. Well, here's one. This one goes back to 2012.
Oh, wow.
It's the first year that I ever made one of these. This is a plaque for the winner of the Greenfield Winter Carnival.
You mind if I touch the side of it?
Cribbage champion.
That's really
And
cool.
in 2012, the winner was my wife.
Really?
Kay Lyons. She won the very first trophy I ever made. This one.
That's pretty cool.
I just took it off the wall. And I made some mistakes too, because on the back, I put the writing upside down. So that's the first one I made. I also make them for the triathlon. There's 6 awards that go out for the triathlon, and I make one for the Recreation Volunteer of the Year that we give out when we have the fireworks around the 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
We have somebody is named the Volunteer of the Year, and I make something for them. Except for 2 years ago, they didn't let me make it because they gave the award to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
They didn't let me make my own award.
Interesting.
I know, interesting.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to get more involved in supporting their community?
Oh, well, do it. There's lots of volunteers. I want to say something about Dan Gagaris, who is a member of the Greenfield Kiwanis. And when he first came to town, he wanted to get involved. So he called the recreation department and asked if he could volunteer doing something. And they said, we need volunteers for the triathlon. Well, now Dan has been out there, I got to say, he's probably volunteered for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Now, and he's out there. He sweeps the roads. Now, I told you, it's 7 miles around the course. He sweeps all of it.
Wow.
He goes and he takes clippers and he'll clip branches that are coming out on the course. He sweeps the covered bridge. There's a lot of sand gets in the covered bridge after the winter, you know. He sweeps all that out. The guy is incredible. And you get involved by asking. And there's another thing that has nothing to do with, well, it has a little bit to do with recreation, but the Green River Cleanup. David Bowles has been running that for, again, more than 20 years. I think 22 years. They meet out at the Greenfield swimming area and clean the Green River. And I've helped with that a number of years, go out and find automobile tires in the river or on the bank. And the whole cleanup, it's an amazing thing. We get hundreds of people out there on, it's usually around the 3rd Saturday of September. And well advertised, and he's just a great guy. It's another community aspect. Everybody should get involved with it. It's kind of like Greenfield's own little Earth Day. You know, we do Earth Day too.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Let me just look at my notes real fast. I'm going to show off some of the boards I make because I got involved with making cribbage boards. So here's one I made from a photograph. I'll show you.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't it? This is a lighthouse at Natick Point in Maine, in York, Maine. I'm sure many people are familiar with it. And my wife and I went there on our honeymoon.
Oh, wow.
And I took a photograph and I made this from the photograph.
That's pretty cool.
So now I made one of these yesterday. And I have to make another one. I sell these all over the country. And I sold one to a woman in Visalia, California. And I remember the name of the town because that's where I was born.
Oh, wow.
And I got in touch with her and I said, "Are you from Visalia? Did we go to school together?" And she wrote back and said, "No, I grew up in Presque Isle, Maine." And I said, "Presque Isle, Maine? Did you know any of the Lyons family? Dan, Jack, Paul, Kay, or the other one? Who's the other one? Tom." And she said, "I was in school with a Catherine Lyons."
Oh, wow.
That's my wife. She was, in their yearbook, there's a picture of Kay and Jane side by side in Latin Club. And she has one of these now in Visalia, California.
Oh, wow.
Which is really cool. I showed you that one. Here's one that some of our viewers are going to be really interested in. You know what that is?
The Patriot symbol.
The Patriots symbol. So I make these. They're very popular. This is a hard one to make. Heavy, too. It's made out of a cherry tree.
Oh, wow.
And this was kiln dried, because if it's not kiln dried, it'll crack. And you see a boat, and there's some cliffs and stuff. But also notice that the holes kind of follow the growth rings of the tree. And that's not an accident. It just takes me a long time to do it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
I think it's cool, and I'll show you the last one I'll show you. You're going to think that I modeled this for myself, but I didn't.
Is that a mustache?
It is a mustache. And Francesca Pasilia ordered this, I don't know how many years ago, probably 10 years ago. Her husband, John, he's a well-known instructor at the tech school. He used to be at Pioneer, John Pasilia, sometimes called Mr. P. He has a magnificent mustache.
Oh, that's
much
pretty
bigger
cool.
than mine. And I made this board for him first, and I've made more since.
Oh, I actually interviewed Francesca one time.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a librarian across the street.
Yep.
Great person. Yeah. Good. So, thank you for having me here.
No problem. Thank you so much for your time.
I think we've pretty well covered it, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
A little over a year.
Just a year, and you have good questions. Yeah, really good. How did you get involved with this?
This is actually Bella's idea, believe it or not.
I do believe it.
When I first started here, a guy named Drew, who was the manager back then.
I know Drew.
He only had me answering phones, which was kind of boring. So, like a few weeks later, Bella had me start doing this. I actually enjoy it.
Well, good for Bella. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay.
And thanks for watching GCTV. See you next time.
I wonder what my lady would say. I wonder what